Well, Reimagining Opera for Kids is an independent nonprofit based in Bloomington, Indiana, that takes live music theater performances to area schools and community centers. We aim to serve the elementary through high school aged audiences and their families in South Central Indiana. Everybody in the organization is volunteer. All of the performers are volunteers. Some may, if they're in university or even in high school, can choose to participate in a class or in an internship or whatever it is they need that would work for their resume or for their transcript building. Everybody is welcome to join. One of the reasons that we keep it as an independent nonprofit rather than being a university project is that I think that it's really important for performers of different levels and ages to be able to learn from and model for performers of other levels and ages. Well, about 10 years ago, I was noticing that my singers that I was working with were really aiming to get more experience, but they were having kind of a hard time making that leap from the practice room to the stage without some stepping stones in the middle. And so I thought, the schools are suffering from a large number of cuts in the schools in general, but also in the arts particularly. And my people need experience, and this is a great way to serve the community, so it all seemed to go hand in hand, and we started just going to a few local schools. I think at that point there were 4 singers, and maybe we went to 4 schools. We do end up doing much more than simply being teaching artists. And it turns out to be a really lovely relationship, especially among the community members and the university students who are new to town, because they come in feeling like there's already this kind of cushion of community, cushion of family within the organization. We are mostly funded through grants and donations. No, we are entirely funded through grants and donations. And those grants, it's not like they just fall from the sky. They researched and written and dispersed and reported on. So it's some fair amount of work, but we've been really fortunate over the years to be fully funded by grants and donations. Those expenses almost exclusively go towards the production costs. So the commissioning of the composers and the librettists, the producing of the scores, writing of the curriculum guides. We send free curriculum guides out ahead of time to the schools and community centers with age-appropriate activities. So now we have repertoire that is focused on the elementary and middle school, and then other repertoire that we take to a little bit of overlap with middle school and high schoolers. And every year there's a theme. So some years ago it was myth, and we've also had a Spanish language year theme. There was a storytelling year. This year our theme has been the music of Tony Plogue. So for the younger audiences, there were some Aesop's fables that he set that are just adorable and charming and lighthearted and fun. And the one for the older kids is actually quite sobering. It's called Spirits, and it's surrounding genocide, but specifically through the lens of 4 friends and how their choices and their moral paths take them in vastly different directions. Next year, we are going to be exploring the idea of otherness and togetherness. So the one for the big kids is by Dominic DiOrio and his librettist Cash, and they're writing a piece about a young Syrian girl and her family. And then the one for the little kids is going to be a collaborative composition by 5 different composers. The reason that ROK has the shape that it does today is because we started in one place and then had these really useful conversations with the teaching artists and with the community partners to say, how can this be better? How is it useful now? How can it be more supportive of what you need? And so the shape of what we do now is significantly different than when we started. But that's because of those conversations. So, ultimately I would love for ROK to be self-sustaining. I would love for the posts to be something that a long-term team can take on. But beyond that, it's just going to depend on the shape of the needs of the community and of our performers. I can definitely say that there's so much joy and depth of experience and learning that I've gotten to be a part of as the founder and director of ROK. But just myself, I've learned so much from getting to see the relationships between the teaching artists and the community partners develop, and seeing that really special connection between the teaching artists and the kids. We would love to keep including more people, especially from the community.